Hey, Nick, we need a tagline for the podcast.
No.
Real-life opinions. Movie reviews told by fans and not critics.
Kissing, huh? That's what you think happens? Got news for you. Kissing isn't what keeps me up to my elbows in placenta all day long.
Good Monday, everybody.
Good morrow.
Fucking Mondays.
Yeah,
Amen.
Fucking suck.
On that note, we don't have Jeff today.
Boo.
He's tied up by work.
Boo.
Yes.
Yes.
It's always fun when Jeff's not here. It just shows how much he glues this thing together.
Sure, Jeff, I got coffee. I'm happy.
I don't know if you saw my message. I said I was over-caffeinated.
Right? What the fuck is over-caffeinated?
I had 4 16-ounce cups of coffee, like, back to back to back to back. I
Before
almost
10
died.
or after 10?
It was
What?
Monday. The day blends.
What time did you finish the last?
I don't remember.
Then you haven't had enough coffee.
No, I was actually feeling jittery and slightly nauseous, so...
So run a couple laps, you're good.
So, it's February. We kind of talked last week about the romantic moments. So, to lead in the month of romance, as some people call it, today we're doing the 90s rom-com classic, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Good choice.
Absolutely. I love this movie.
I
Oddly,
love Gabrielle Union. She's underrated, actually. She's in a few things.
It's funny. I remember
Did you
these
just call
people.
her Gabriel?
I did, and I heard myself say it, and I'm like, that's wrong.
Are you suggesting it's Gabrielle?
Yes.
It is. It is.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, we offended Laura, so...
How dare you?
I do want to say, and I rewatched this a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair now.
That makes it funnier.
Is that the teacher you liked?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other teacher. Okay.
Mrs.
Perky. I don't know. I love this movie, and I rewatched it. I didn't remember how much I loved it. And then I rewatched it, and both me and my wife just... It's still relevant in so many ways. They walk through the courtyard at the very beginning. We're at the very top of it, and you got the cowboys and the preps and the... and it's just like, that was the same thing I had.
Closest thing I ever got to a cow was a McDonald's. There's so much, and I was rambling about this before we started, but there's so much from the movie Not Another Teen Movie that this movie lent it to that you can almost get the whole plot of Not Another Teen Movie from this movie. You look
And
like
I don't know how that's relevant to this movie.
Well, I mean, Not Another Teen Movie was a parody of all these movies. Like Scream was a parody of all horrors, right? Or
Well,
was it?
kind of.
Yeah.
It wasn't a parody. Scary Movie was a parody. Scream was
Scary Movie. That's what I was thinking of,
Scream was a statement about those movies, but it wasn't a direct parody.
Yeah. You mentioned Gabrielle, which I recognized her face, but I have no idea what she's
She
been in.
honestly has done a lot of like rom-com-y things too.
Okay.
But I've just everything I've seen her, she's been good. But going back to the guidance counselor for a second, Allison Janney, I freaking love her.
I've never known her name, but I've seen her in a million things.
Yeah, she's in so many.
And she's always a great, huge character. And now that I think about it, there's a movie called Eating Raoul. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Delicious.
She plays this wife, and they grow a garden or whatever, and this one guy comes over and he makes advances and supposedly rapes her or something like that. Whatever. And so they decide to kill him, and his name's Raoul. And so they put him in tomato sauce and that sort of thing. And so the whole movie is how they continue on trying to help society by killing other people and putting them in more tomato sauce.
Have you ever heard of the movie The Last Supper?
No, but I heard there's a painting called that.
Yeah, something happened back in the day. Anyway, no, there's a very similar plot point where these guys bring in this guy. I don't know if it's like Clue where he has to use the phone or something, but either way, they're having dinner and he starts talking about his political point of view and they disagree with him, so they kill him. And they poison him with this poisoned bottle of wine because they poisoned it for him. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, hey, wait a minute. So they start inviting other people over, and every time they disagree with their political point of view, they choose which wine, either the red wine or the blue wine. And it sounds very similar. So I kind of want to see this one you're talking about.
Well, this is 70s. Like, she was young.
Okay, Last Supper was mid-90s, probably.
Yeah, okay, so this, yeah. So, also to expand on the cast of this wonderful movie, outside of the leads, which is Julia Stiles.
Yeah.
She's done a bit, but she was always great in her characters, but she was never...
Yeah, I don't know, if she walked away from Hollywood or Hollywood walked away from her.
I feel like she walked away from Hollywood. I feel like it. She plays kind of this feminist, disgruntled teen. Angsty teen. I like that. And we got Heath Ledger, who we don't even need to mention for anybody. But
I'm going to reiterate, I have never seen this movie until today. After watching Heath Ledger's smile, because I actively avoided Heath Ledger movies because I just didn't think he was that good.
Okay.
But after seeing his smile in this movie, I see why they picked him as Joker, but then they prosthetic Heath Ledger's face for the Joker, so they get rid of that huge smile. So I thought that was kind of silly.
Oh, excuse me.
You also didn't know that he was Australian, so that doesn't count.
Again, I hadn't seen any of his movies.
Well, shut up, you suck.
See, I think he's great. I mean, you never seen A Knight's Tale?
No.
I wish you were Jeff, because I get really mad at you. Just call you names.
I love how I could be an
berate you.
asshole and it's okay, but as soon as Jeff does, it's cause for argument.
Sorry, Jeff. You just draw it out of me.
See, I'd say that you had a deprived childhood, Corey, but you worked at Blockbuster. There's no excuse.
Did you say a deprived childhood?
Yes.
Okay.
I just
depraved.
actively avoided them.
He was deprived.
They were free, and I still didn't watch them. So.
And therefore, there's no excuse.
You know, I can understand why somebody would do that to a particular actor. I don't know why Heath Ledger, but I don't actively search out Leonardo DiCaprio movies.
Oh God, neither do I. But I'm not going to say I've never watched any of them.
No.
I hate Angelina Jolie. I've seen too many of her movies.
We all have.
Yeah.
I gotta say, actually, Julia Stiles was probably one of my youthful first movie crushes.
But she really died off after this one in Save the Last Dance.
We just talked about that. The last
Bourne.
thing she was in was Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
One of the Bourne movies or whatever. Or
First
was
one
she
for
in all
sure, and
of
I
them?
think she was in the second one too, and that was it.
Yeah, but that was the last thing. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
This was...
The iconic Robin from...
Yeah,
I hated that part of the trilogy.
I'm pretty sure this was post Third Rock from the Sun.
Yes.
Yeah, but so he was already a household name, and he was already the teen heartthrob, but he was never an A-lister yet until this movie.
I don't even think this movie put him there. Like Joseph Gordon-Levitt always struck me as, I don't think Third Rock from the Sun made him a household name. It made him popular. It certainly amped him up. I watched a lot of Third Rock from the Sun. It wasn't, it was no mega thing, but it wasn't until somewhere around he started working with Looper, and then he starts doing these art films. What was the one where he's the balance walker?
Oh yeah. I don't know what it's
Then
called.
he started like when he became a real actor. He's legit. Total legit. Anytime he's in a blockbuster movie, it's because he's bored and wanted to try something different.
Apparently, I never watched it, but 500 Days of Summer is really good.
I heard that too. That's
Yeah.
one I've never seen.
I've never... seen it either.
It's in the top. Is it top 20 rom-coms of history type thing, or maybe
Okay.
it was top 50? But
Yeah, I heard their chemistry was incredible, and it was just a good movie. But again, I don't generally watch rom-coms, and that could have been my aversion to Heath Ledger, because aside from, I guess, kind of sort of The Night Tale, I always associate him with rom-coms, and I just didn't care about the genre. Because even Knight's Tale was a bit of a, not a rom-com, but like a rom action.
there's a romantic element within
Yeah.
it, and if we want to avoid the romantic element of movies, I don't know. Like rom-coms is one thing. I don't actively seek out rom-coms unless my wife and I are bored. But a
me
romantic element within movies, I'm all for that if it's done well. So.
Which sometimes it is, generally it isn't.
It depends on, like you say, when you talk about the structure of a movie, here's the story. And if that story lends itself to an opening for a romantic, then that's cool. Let's go with it and see how it goes. Because what the hell, Kathy and I watched. She actually gave me shit. She says, you can't watch another rom-com. I watched like two of them back to back. One of our future movies, I think, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Are we doing that one?
I don't know if we're...
Okay,
we
it was
definitely
on-
talked
it was
about
on the
it.
potential.
Yeah, we definitely talked
Yeah.
about it.
So we watched that one, and then I watched one on Netflix called The Hating Game. I actually was quite impressed with it. It kind of follows certain cliches that rom-coms do, but there was elements and twists that made it a little bit different. I really enjoyed that one. So, okay.
There's a dick on my face, isn't there?
I can't fathom. This is where you start to lose me in some of these movies. Come on, he was drawing on your face. Did you not feel that? Did you not know he drew something on your face?
Yeah,
Because, this would happen at any high school.
Yeah.
I think it was great later on the teacher standing there and just gets nailed by one of those golf balls.
Although he's a super douche. I think he ranks up there with some of the most. I don't like him.
I'm pretty sure he's wearing eyeliner too.
Yeah, but he's
yes,
got this
and
Italian
mascara.
shithead look to him.
Well, that's the point. He's supposed to be the grease ball. So
He's done a good job.
yeah.
So, kudos to him, and I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I was even looking at the cast, but I didn't care enough to look to see who that was. So
Really?
you know,
It's on the back of the damn cover.
there's like 50 names on the back of the cover.
There is not.
I may have exaggerated a little.
By about 40.
Either way, he wasn't important enough to know. Although David Krumholtz was pretty amazing in this movie.
Who's that?
That's his Jewish friend there.
So you remember
who-
that name.
He's in a lot of stuff.
He
though.
is.
Santa Claus. He's in.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the
He's Bernard.
Buddy, or not Buddy, Bernard,
in Santa
yeah.
Claus,
Did you say buddy?
I thought Elf and yeah.
No, totally different movies.
I know. I realized it after I said it.
It starts with B. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
But
Come on.
Bernard,
That's
buddy,
like-
totally different.
That's like a quarter point.
That's like a 1/8 of a point.
It's more points that I got in high school tests.
That's not saying much, Corey.
No.
Are you playing with?
It's funny, when I first watched this, which was again today, the sister, Bianca there, I kept confusing. I'm like, is that Julia Stiles there? No, it's not. So they got a good actress to play her sister in terms of they almost could look like they could be related.
I thought they had great chemistry too as siblings.
Yeah.
I find it rare that you have that tight sibling relationship where they're all buddy friends and forever. Most relationships I know, as far as siblings, it's rivalrous.
Well, it's probably the second best relationship without being romantic, but either way in this movie, because obviously the Julia Stiles Heath Ledger thing, and you could argue the Joseph Gordon-Levitt Bianca thing, but I think the two sisters have the second best relationship in the movie.
I like it. It's a great arc too, because this is all about doing things for other people, right? I mean, this whole arc is about. So the basic plot is, holy cow!
That's a
she
Corvette.
Should go to jail for that, and I don't mean that facetiously. That was malicious intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would have done the same thing. His Corvette is new and shiny, and therefore shit, and her car was old, so therefore better.
Wow.
But basically, the basic plot of this is little sister wants to do all the girl stuff and be social and have a boyfriend. Dad is super protective.
Because they lost their mother earlier on, so he didn't want to lose the girls. It's an old age trope.
Yeah, it's an old age thing. So he thinks he's smart, saying you can have anything you want if your sister does it first. And of course, sister
doesn't want any of it.
Oh, she doesn't want anything because she's an icon and she's a feminist and she's disgruntled and angsty and
rebellious.
And she's already done it all.
Well, yeah, you find that out later too. So.
Yeah. And of course,
see, look at that smile.
What I want to know, Corey, you got the movie for me yesterday, and you just watched it today.
Work. I worked till 11:30 last night, and then I worked at 7 this morning.
And sleeps for the week.
Mondays suck to begin with. I'm not sacrificing sleep for a movie.
Again, sleeps for the week.
Although, back in the day when I worked at Blockbuster and I'd work till midnight, do a movie watch party at my house, and then be at work for 8 o'clock the next day.
See, that's just psycho.
But I was young then. I couldn't do it now. Like, that was... Carry the 1, divide by 2. 13 years ago this year will be since Blockbuster closed.
Yes, because it's 15 years since...
Movie gallery. And how many years already for the video store?
Going on 2.
Good God.
Be 2 and me.
Frickin' sad world.
I feel like a third wheel here, like I'm interrupting some emotional relationship between a couple people here.
I mean, you are.
I am so sorry. Would you like me to leave? I mean, give you some privacy. But...
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
As we're watching on a streaming service. You hypocrite!
We're not watching it on a streaming service.
Yeah, this is
put
the
in my
DVD.
I know, but we could be watching. He watched it
I
on
watched it on a streaming service.
So he's a hypocrite.
Why?
Because I didn't know it was on Disney Plus. And I hate DVD quality now because I'm a snob. But this, I can fast forward and do the double speed thing, so...
You could have had me bring it today.
You know what? I didn't know when I asked you it was on Disney Plus.
It's not forgiven.
Where does this take place?
Seattle.
Seattle. That's
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, so Joseph Gordon-Levitt likes Bianca, the younger sister, the hot, popular girl. Meanwhile, super greasy guy wants her, and he's going to do everything he can to get her. So there's like a little rivalry storyline going there,
but
too.
you have to explain why he wants her.
Bet.
Well, it's a bet, yes.
Who wants who?
The greasy guy, I forget his name now, but wants Bianca. And because he wants to bow chicka wow wow.
Oh. He wants...
Whereas Joseph Gordon-Levitt actually genuinely likes her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the typical kick the cat, conquest a woman type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is essentially, again, that's the premise of the movie, how Heath Ledger character comes into play because he gets paid by Greasy Guy to get Julia Stiles to date Heath Ledger because otherwise Bianca can't go out with him.
Just so everybody knows, Greasy Guy is Andrew Keegan.
Cool. What's his character's name again?
Joey.
That sounds
Joey,
familiar,
right.
Keegan.
Keegan-Michael Key?
Who?
Oh, Key and Peele.
Okay, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Does it just dawned on me that they all relatively look age appropriate?
Yeah,
you not?
well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt has to be like 19
nowadays
in
you
this.
got all the 25 and 30-year-olds playing high school kids. You know. And
My thing is, they're in a bar. They make illusion that they're in a bar. None of them are 21, and they even say that. Oh, this is what a bar is. How
Yeah.
did you even get in?
Well, look at it's a dive biker type bar. Nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit, right?
And meanwhile, Heath Ledger's character's drinking a beer and everything, smoking a cigarette.
Well, that's because he's been in grade 12 for 4 years, and he killed a man, and
He ate a duck,
he ate a duck.
a live duck, but not the beak and the feet.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing.
Sure.
Well, it reminds me of those trope characters like Sky High.
Oh, I freaking love that movie.
Oh, you know the flame guy.
Yeah.
You know, he was just an angry kind of kid and kept to himself, so people made up rumors. There's an old one. I think you guys are too young to remember this, but what's it called? My Personal Bodyguard or The Bodyguard?
Probably not The Bodyguard.
Well, no, there's like 3 The Bodyguard movies.
Oh.
This one had Adam Baldwin played that same trope character, and the young
I think I know what you're
kid.
talking about.
He was the same kid in the D&D movie from the 80s with Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah.
It was the same kid, and he was this bullied kid, and he found the biggest, meanest freak he could, which actually played by Adam Baldwin with long hair,
Yeah.
and he was tough and all this other stuff, and paid him to be his bodyguard. And it's the same trope. That these characters are just they're misunderstood.
Yeah. Misfits.
I love how the same things are arguing and fighting today are the same things they're arguing and fighting about saving the world, saving the planet, water, and all
Yeah.
this other stuff. Other than
I mean,
GDs
there's
and
always
stuff.
been feminists. However, in today's society, it doesn't mean you're female.
Well, this is like second wave feminism.
Now,
We're on fourth wave feminism now.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, back in the 60s, they had the
First
women's
wave, the
marches and
original,
everything.
that
Yeah. so-
wasn't about being a feminist. That was about love.
Is
Get it
that what?
right.
Make love, not war. Should have taken the window. Yeah. I never sneaked out. Sneaked. Yes,
Snuck.
sneaked.
Snuck.
I could write grammar. I can't speak grammar.
Apparently.
I
Sneak
never
is
snuck
legitimate.
out as a kid, mainly because I had free reign, but that said, I had no life. So I had no need to sneak out.
I had free reign too. I still snuck out.
And you kind of lose the luster, don't you?
Well, yes and no. When you live in a small shit town, then, sneaking out, there's no point to it. But when you go back to the city, hell yeah, you're going to sneak out. Because then it's like, no, you got to be in the house at this time. Well, fuck.
The first fatal flaw of the father. The older sister decides to go out, so now the youngest daughter gets to go out. But she has to wear a fat suit.
Just
A
before you
pregnancy.
kiss a boy, remember you'll be carrying this around.
And of course, for everybody that doesn't know this, this is the taming of the shrew trope
Yes.
from Shakespeare. It's like the,
And of course he asks, is your sister pregnant?
Yeah.
and did he lick his eyebrow thing?
Yep.
Ah.
And yet he only did the one eyebrow.
The better
No, he
question-
went and did the second one afterwards.
The better question is, why is a male using an eyebrow makeup brush?
Because he's Jewish. He needs to contain those beasts.
So he's putting on makeup?
Yeah.
That is
No.
so today. Not 80s, but I suppose they did it in the 80s, I guess. Yeah. I love how parties in the 80s
beer
were just
bus.
ridiculously...
Well, this was 90s. This was totally 90s house party.
It was.
Like
Is this a
American
90s
Pie.
movie? I
Yeah,
thought it was 80s.
99.
90s.
99?
99.
Fuck, I'm old.
No, I
Thank
know
God.
because like they have the prom poster. It's like swing into 2000 or some crap.
Oh,
like that.
right.
Y2K.
Yeah. Yeah, turn off your computers before you go to bed. Yeah, I remember. Okay, right.
I remember everything leading up to Y2K, but I don't remember December 31st.
No,
I
I
was too
remember
drunk.
going
Nah. I went out. Actually, I did. I went out that night.
And got drunk.
Yeah, and I went to a bar and they played Prince at midnight, and it was hilarious.
Have you ever been to? Again, we're small town people, aren't we?
No, I'm not.
Well, you went through your high school era where?
Calgary.
Oh, so have you ever seen a party like this at somebody's house?
Several.
Have you really? That was this wild. The rich kid always had those parties.
Oh god, it wasn't usually the rich kid.
Oh wow!
We just partied wherever we could.
Well, we had parties. Like we had bush parties.
I was
now.
gonna say bush parties was the small town thing.
Well, yeah. Bush parties. Hippies Hollow, the Coliseum, the Ski Hill. But and we've been to the odd house. But it was just like I just couldn't imagine. They must have been cool parents.
I've only been to 2 house parties. I went as soon as I turned 18. I was at the bar almost every weekend, but before I was 18, and even I think after, I went to like 2 house parties, and that was about it.
Yeah, this is a lot funnier at double speed.
So I don't know if we've ever talked about this in case there's people confused, but when we replay the movies during our podcast, most movies on DVD or Blu-ray gives us a chance to push fast forward once, and it processes the movie at 1.5 speed. So we're doing that with this movie, and there's certain body language that looks absolutely hilarious in sped up speed, and even the Bare Naked song Bare Naked Ladies song 1 week at the beginning of the movie sounded absolutely hilarious in that high speed. And then there's Joey, you said? Joey, absolute douche nugget.
Keegan?
Yeah.
Yes, that's Andrew Keegan.
See, and I was going to say, Keegan even sounds douchey, but that's his last name. So.
I feel like I recognize him from something, so
So
he must
remember,
have.
in this one, he's the grease ball because he's a aspiring model.
Yeah. I have a nose shoot next week.
There's lots of Keegans in there.
So it goes back to with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bianca there. I can't remember her name was like Lana something, but what's it called? How he really, really, really actually likes her, and everyone's telling her no, she's selfish and stuck up, but he really. And now she's like, wait a second, he's normal and he actually likes me. And he's not this greaseball, whatever. And so their relationship is blossoming, but she's still. Because he's popular, she wants him too, and it's like a little love triangle on its own. And then there's Julia Stiles breakdancing on a table, like Jesus.
Remember, she is drunk.
And she is classically trained. This may not be proof of that, but...
And it makes you wonder how hard she actually hit her head to...
What if he missed?
Right?
Well,
Now, his big mistake here is he takes her outside and he puts her on a fucking swing.
She went on the swing. He put her on the chair. And then he sat beside her, and then she fell off and he caught her again, and then she puked, and then, yeah.
And then he puts her on a swing.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
At least he didn't
so
push her.
what's his name? Mr. Keegan, Andrew Keegan. He went on to do things like Robotropolis,
Oh, good.
The Unknown Sun, never heard of that one. Going Further, A Pig's Tale, To Kill a Mockumentary.
Jesus.
He did The Hot Chick.
I mean, so did I.
No, he did it with Schneider.
Yeah,
Rob,
yeah. I never bothered that.
Yeah, Doughboys.
See, this is where she pukes.
Yeah, she put herself on that swing.
And he helped her stay there. He should have let her fall off.
That's true.
He was in Independence Day. That's his biggest film. Keegan.
In what? What was his name?
I don't know, 96. It was like 3 years before this.
Yeah.
He was one of the kids. No. Okay, the group of 3 kids, they're going to go to the base, and the daughter was making out with him
In the trailer! The trailer park kids.
Yes.
Actually,
Wasn't the one kid Donnie Darko?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, the rabbit guy, not obviously Jake, but yeah. Okay. I can get behind that.
That's his...
He had a 2-minute role, and that was his
He was the one that
breakout.
was like throwing up or feeling like feverish or whatever.
Teenage
No,
caveman.
that was the little brother.
Oh, he's not the little brother?
No, he was the boy toy that the daughter was making out with in the vehicle. And the brother shows up and we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
So he did a lot of stuff.
You don't want to leave this world a virgin, do you?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He did a lot of things
Fuck,
in
he
the
was
late
greasy
90s,
there, too.
mid to late 90s, to the 2000s, but really nothing after that. He retired.
Maybe he was just a commercial model, like he was.
Well, he's done a couple things in the,
He did Robo what now?
Roboopolis.
Oh, okay.
That was
The
2011.
Oscar award-winning movie of.
Yeah. But he's done a couple. He did something in 2018, but he is not as pretty as he was in that movie. No, time was not kind to this young. So
It's
if
like
you're pretty
if
in high
Scott
school,
Bio got hit in the face with a shovel.
yeah. Well, more in the chin, kind of. He actually looks like who's that? Oh, now that I've closed it off, he looks like that. Who's that billionaire preacher?
Austin?
Yeah, he looks like Joe Austin.
I was gonna say,
Andrew Keegan, if you're listening to this, we don't
We're
mean it.
sorry. Yeah.
well, he could look like Tim Allen in Christmas with the Cranks when he gets all the Botox.
I love that movie. Honestly, we just had the scene with when Heath Ledger drove Julia Stiles home there, and just the chemistry between those two, and it really kind of... I mean, it was started before that, but that scene alone, it just... They played so well together, I thought. So.
Oh, I agree. I think they paired up quite well with the pairings of the relationships, because the sisters have a great chemistry playing off the disgruntled. Even these two have a good connection. It's just like everybody's actually quite well connected.
See, and then she kisses him and she completely leads him on.
Yeah, I honestly, this relationship, quote unquote, was probably my least favorite, was the Bianca and the Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, obviously it was better than Greasy Guy and Bianca, but it just didn't seem believable enough to me. And then there's that teacher. Oh, he's so fucking funny.
He goes on to be the pilot in a space ship. He's the teacher. What's his name?
It's like Larry something.
He's the
Corey, you were totally off the ball today.
For a guy that's so into the... Yeah, I guess, I don't know. He ends up being the pilot in Galaxy Quest.
For a guy who knows all of the freaking actor names, wow. You suck today. Hang on, I'll find it.
And he's kind of a dick, too.
He is!
He is kind of a dick.
This part right here was absolutely hilarious. He's like, we're going to do a sauna at base. And she's like, would you like that in IMAC pentameter? He's like, are you making fun of me? She's like, no, I'm really interested for this assignment. He's like, get out of my class.
So the teacher is Daryl Mitchell.
Daryl Mitchell, yeah.
Daryl Mitchell.
The whitest name ever for the black guy in the movie.
And he plays Mr. Morgan.
Mr. Morgan. And he did Galaxy Quest, and I don't remember if he did anything after that. And he was in an accident, he became paralyzed. So he's wheelchair bound now. And he did a TV series, a brief one, in his chair. And I can't remember what that was. But he was a good character. I liked him.
Uh-oh. Dead air.
Oh.
Damn it, Jeff, we miss you.
Dead air, okay. I was gonna do like Jeff was kind of necessity here, but I had made some top 10, top 5 quick lists, things that would inspire to, and I was gonna make it a competition that the three of these guys could can you come up with the top 10? In this case, I'll use the rom-com men in history, voted by it's a movie web.
Patrick Dempsey.
No.
Really?
No, it's odd because it does go modern, but you need to go back in time. Think about the most modern or the most nope.
Humphrey Bogart.
Nope. Think about the most iconic rom-coms that have hit
James Dean.
of all time. All time. Don't get like okay. What's the biggest rom-com from the 80s?
Pretty in Pink. What's his freaking name?
Andrew McCarthy.
Oddly enough, you're on the right track though. That's the 80s. Let's go to the 90s. What's the biggest rom-com from the 90s?
Notebook. Or was that 2000s?
Rom-com from the 90s?
Well, I guess it wasn't com. It was rom drama, but yeah.
I think Pretty Woman and
Richard Gere.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes. So who would you think on 10 Things would be?
Heath Ledger.
Number 2. He was number 2.
I rest my case. He's always in rom-com, so I never watched him.
So, like super big rom-coms. Yeah.
I'm really surprised Patrick Dempsey because Can't Buy Me Love was like 87 and it brought him on the map. And there was like everything he's done since I always think of him
So
as...
if you're thinking like big rom-coms like that, you got 10 Things I Hate About You, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I totally thought he'd be on it.
But he's not?
No.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
come on. There's one modern one, like one that
Jake
is
Gyllenhaal.
like. What's that?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No. He's not rom-com. He's weird. He's weird performer. He's great. I love Jake.
Modern.
He just came out with a movie last year.
Ryan Reynolds?
He was in Top Gun, Maverick.
Seriously, Tom Cruise? Are you
No. It was not
Glenn
Tom
Powell?
Cruise. Glenn Powell.
Okay.
He was number 4.
Which, by the way, did you watch the trailer for Twisters?
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
so excited
That
that
was
he's
one
in
of
it.
the that was one of the trailers I actually liked. I really was into that.
It's such a popcorn flick, but I'm so excited to watch it.
I
So
have not watched that trailer yet.
it just came out on Sunday, the trailer. So
It was Super Bowl. It was a
Yeah.
Super Bowl thing, and it actually
Well, no wonder I didn't watch it.
yeah,
it's very
I just watched it on
Glenn
Facebook.
Powell-ish, and I think
Yeah, he's being him, like he's that douchey, arrogant piece of crap self.
I want to see Glenn Powell break that in the future.
Well,
He's doing great now. It's his thing.
Maverick,
He's-
he was a
that.
good guy, but he was a douche at the same
Yeah,
time.
I want to see him break it and then go back to it and whatever. That's what I want to see. Is him.
I could totally see him joining the MCU. I don't know, or DCU. One of
I
the
think
two.
I think he would be the
Booster Gold, you were
Now,
saying?
No,
this scene,
yeah.
this scene in this movie is iconic, not to the 90s, but it's more iconic to the 80s.
Say anything.
Say anything, Pretty in
This is
Pink.
the part where Heath Ledger is serenading Julia Stiles on the football field.
Yes, he's convinced the band.
Which,
to play.
again, none of the teen movie.
What's the song? What's the song you singing?
I Love You, Babe.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, an old like Frank Sinatra kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Which is odd because I don't think they had wireless mics quite that common.
At least it was that good a range anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure they had wireless. Again, this is 99. However, he's like 200 feet from
Yeah, I know.
the signal. So
Yeah. But here's the comic, the Keystone Cop comedy, and I'm sure it's planned out and whatever.
And so much freaking funnier in high speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted Julia Stiles to
you were
flash
talking
me.
about this teacher. You got shot in the ass by the arrow.
Yeah.
Mister, I'm going to sit knowing that my ass hurts. Yeah.
Which is funny, because again, being I just watched this for the millionth time, I never put two and two together. I forgot that was the same guy, so I was wondering why it hurt when he sat down. I'm like, oh, I get it. But I love how she gets him out of... Oh, he takes the weed from the one guy and then takes the snacks from the other guy and then walks away.
They're not just snacks.
They're Cheetos.
They're Cheetos.
Product placement. But yeah, I love how she's trying to distract him to get him out, and she flashes him. I'm like, first of all, that's a little out of character. Second of all, why did the camera not have to be focused?
Remember, teen romance.
Yeah, this movie's like PG at worst.
Yeah.
What's funnier is she didn't get detention or anything for this.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he probably liked it. He's a
Totally
dirty old man.
don't?
Not as bad as Allison Janney for being dirty. She's, again, hilarious in the, boobs.
So why is he taking his time? Well, he wants to get a glimpse too, but I'm sure he'll get a. I hate those tropes that I gotta go. You gotta be quick. And they sneak, they stop, and they look, and they wait. So it's like, no, fucking move! Get out the
Flashing.
window.
Would you keep moving?
And then they go on a paddle boat.
In the worst green screen ever.
Right?
I don't know this green screen.
At least the flag's moving in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Ghostbusters, did you know they just literally used a blanket with lights for the sky? And if you watch it close enough, you can totally see it.
Yes.
In which?
In Ghostbusters, when they're on the rooftop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corey, I would have to say this is not a green screen.
I think this is just.
Maybe.
It's like a camera on a.
Paintballs.
I'm like, paintball, okay. And then all of a sudden they're whipping
They're
paint
throwing-
balloons.
Which I-
And I'm like, that's not paintball.
What
That's
is
why
it?
it says paint balls.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Steven had to remind me.
Which I think is kind of like a snowball fight. Which is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So come on, let's again. We got. I want to finish this list because
If we played Family Feud, we'd be done.
okay. What are the biggest, most popular? Don't think of yourselves. Think about the population. The rom-coms.
You're asking like the totally wrong.
Oh, I know.
Okay, are we talking modern or just all time?
We'll say color and modern. Like Powell was the most modern.
Okay.
Everything else is we're looking back to the 90s or later.
I'm actually kind of surprised Tom Cruise isn't on that list because he was in a lot of romantic movies.
Yeah, he's done some, but he wasn't. They weren't as well received as other Toms.
As other Toms?
Tom Skerritt.
The fuck is Tom? Oh, you're talking Maverick? Still on Maverick, are you?
Picket fences? Come on.
Come on, back to back. He did the non-sequel sequels to rom-coms with the same leading lady.
Okay, Tom Hanks.
Yes, there. Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Hanks is number 3.
Which,
So if we look at even Tom Hanks, pre-Tom Hanks era, and the same actress even.
Meg Ryan? Dennis Quaid?
No. A known comedian.
Robin Williams?
Oh! Very close friends with Robin Williams.
Everybody was
He's
friends
Jewish.
with Robin Williams. That's
Jewish?
racist.
Shit, what's his name? I should know this.
Bobcat Goldthwait?
I loved him in City Slickers.
Billy Crystal?
Yes! Billy Crystal is the number 1 by MovieWeb top rom-com man.
Which makes sense because
From his era,
that makes sense.
he's not an action star. Never was.
He was
What does
very
he do?
much rom-com and comedy.
I think just comedy.
Well, I totally comedy, but
Like, When Harry Met Sally's the only rom-com I can think of that he's in.
I don't remember a lot of his movies in that sense either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like City Slickers and everything else was just like, okay, what has he done? Yeah.
Monsters, Inc.
And now the other one, I don't even know his name, and he was in one movie that I can think of, which is weird because. Did you ever watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Oh yes. Fuck, what's his name? I just watched it too.
Hey, Googling is probably not.
Too bad I'm doing it.
Well, I think you're doing better than Corey. for being the most anti-rom-com.
Right? I only watched it because it was hilarious. The words they were saying was just...
I've never seen it.
So that's the top 5. I had the top 10 because I didn't want to waste a lot of
Is
time.
it John Corbett?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is odd because I'll read you off the 6 to 10. Number 10, Ryan Reynolds. Which kind of makes sense with the proposal and all the other stuff that he's done.
Just Friends, which is hilarious.
Richard Gere, number
that,
9.
yeah. We said that one, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that was number 9. Okay, I don't get this one, but okay. Kumail Nanjiani
Really?
is number 8. The Big
what?
Stick.
Oh, he was in Big Sick?
The Big Stick.
Because that's, what's his name, Raj from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, okay. Bill Pullman.
Okay, while you were sleeping.
While you were sleeping.
Yeah.
And number 6, Dermot Mulrooney
I guess.
from My Best Friend's Wedding.
Yeah.
Which I am totally with you. I'm surprised that Patrick Dempsey is not on there. But
Isn't Dermot Mulrooney also the cheating husband in First Wives Club?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I'm really surprised Patrick Swayze's not on there.
I am. Is
Ghost.
he a rom-com king now?
And that's not
Like,
even a comedy. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm
Name a
huge
rom-com
fan.
he's in.
Well, okay. I did say rom-com. It is specifically rom-com.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when you think
So
of
Ghost and Dirty Dancing are romantic, but they're not comedy.
No.
Yeah,
So fair enough.
that is fair.
I kind of want to watch Ghost again.
I know. Kathy and I were both talking about that, watching that one again.
if
Because
nothing else, just for the ending.
yeah.
Just for those demons, huh?
Yeah.
Those shadows.
Fuck
Watch
the pottery
Princess and-
scene.
Just watch Princess and the Frog. They have the same thing, you know.
I know. Actually, I did just watch that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Literally, it was probably about a week or two ago.
So, for a generation, does this kind of hit the John Hughes stuff for 90s kids?
Yes.
Yes, very much.
So this is the 90s.
This is the
John
90s
Hughes
equivalent
version.
of John Hughes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I remember an interview with what's her name? John Hughes' favorite leading lady,
Molly Ringwald?
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
And she talks about how she gotta remember that.
I said that to Steven. He watched this with me earlier. I said, Steven, by the way, that was a thing.
It was a
He's
real
like,
thing.
are you serious?
Yes.
We're talking about the spray-on
I
hair.
know.
Spray on hair.
I remember when that commercial came out, and I looked at my dad and went, "You need that."
It doesn't come in gray.
That was like '94. No, but he had that whole Friar Tuck thing going.
My hair's thin, but it's not a horseshoe yet.
Oh no, my dad. My dad.
No,
had
I
that
totally have a full skull sack. Yeah.
No, mine. It's getting thinner at the top, but it's not going. Like I keep finding these stragglers below my widow's peak.
You know, the way the
I'm like,
light's
is that
hitting
where my
you
hair
right now, I
was?
can see the shape of your skull
Yeah.
underneath your
Yeah.
hair.
Fuck.
Well, when did I start shaving my head? It was Guys and Dolls. I shaved my head then to play Big Jules, a mafia type guy, and that was at that point where I was thinking about my hair's thinning. Maybe I should consider doing that, and that was the excuse I used. A play.
My problem is I got big ears, so when I was shaving my head down, they were more noticeable, and I don't know if I liked it.
So when Corey goes bald, I will help him find a wig.
Aw, thanks.
That wouldn't thank me yet.
So, remember when she was telling her sister she looked terrible in those pearls?
Yep.
Are those the pearls?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Okay.
Although those look metal, they didn't look white. I don't know, could have been me.
No, they were fake.
Well, I knew they were fake, but I thought they were like white pearls the sister was wearing, whereas those look like, oh, maybe
So,
not. Okay.
So douchey Keegan went to pick up one of the daughters.
Yeah.
But they're already at the prom.
After Joseph Gordon-Levitt already took her away.
Yeah. Which is like a sweet moment. It's just like, love to see the hero get his thing.
And then how, again, I forget his name, but David Grumholtz there gets his girl too.
We can't use that name for him. We gotta use Bernard, because I don't know who you're talking about.
That is Bernard.
So Bernard, it's really cool to see the freaky, weird, geeky nerd dude actually get it at the end too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I really enjoy that.
Because he seemed like he was so busy helping everyone else out, he was never going to get any himself, but then he did, and she was just as nerdy as he is.
It's a very subplot, but it's there. It's thrown out to him, and I think I like that.
She's so gorgeous.
All of it just
the singer, I mean.
ruined because
Who's the singer?
Letters from Cleo, and then they're compiled with the band Save Ferris. Big 90s bands.
Okay. The 90s was grunge, wasn't
Well,
it?
it was,
The
but
beginning
not
of
in
grunge?
this. There was grunge, and then there was 90s music. It was two almost separate things. Like, have you've seen American Pie, right? That was 90s music. Like the Blink-182s, the Sum 41s, like that type of music. Yeah. But honest, I was saying this to Jeff earlier when I was talking to him. I said, for a movie with a 90s soundtrack, I didn't dig it. I love 90s soundtracks. American Pie is one of my favorite soundtracks. The Crow is one of my favorite soundtracks. This movie did not impress me with its soundtrack.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh. I think, I had no issues with it. I didn't necessarily connect with a lot of stuff within it, but it was there and it added to the scenes. And I've said it before, if you don't notice the soundtrack, it's doing its job. At the very, very bare minimum, it's doing its job. It's pulling you into the scene, allowing you.
Well, I'm not talking like the sound effect soundtrack. I'm talking the songs.
No, that's what I mean. Like
okay,
the soundtrack in the background. John Williams, right? You don't necessarily, other than the opening, that big grand whatever.
No, you're right.
But in
John
the background,
Williams is immersive. You take it in.
That's right. It subliminally enters your consciousness and adds to the scene.
But there are certain soundtracks, like Empire Records, another 90s example. Absolutely phenomenal soundtrack, because you hear the songs and you realize just how great those songs were. So.
Oh, hot take. Knight's Tale, fucking hated that.
Again,
I hated the fact that they integrated it into the movie. The songs themselves were fine, but then all of a sudden they wanted to integrate these modern songs into this 15th century.
That's weird.
Why?
That just sounds weird. Not you saying, but the movie doing that.
Oh, yeah, because it was the dance, and even the We Will Rock You. Everybody starts going, We Will,
stomping.
And they entered into it, which I didn't like. I didn't mind We Will Rock You if they would have stopped there.
It just proves that Freddie Mercury is a time traveler.
I don't know what the song was when they had the love interest now. But that was another Heath Ledger movie, but it was weird too because his love interest in that one, the princess or whatever, she was very... it was not historical in any sense. They really went post-future, back to the way her hair and the cuts and the makeup and the dresses were really...
This still sounds like a Knight's Tale.
It is a Knight's Tale, and it was just like... it wasn't fitting. Anything to do with Heath himself and his mates and Chaucer and those was historically pleasing, at least felt in that world. But then everything outside of him was jarringly out, which I didn't mind other than the music.
Right.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get all that. I was not a huge fan of A Knight's Tale, and I'm never going to be. But I get it, probably because of the way that they filmed everything.
And I loved King Richard in that one too. And then I think it was Richard. I can't remember what it is. The king.
I thought it was the prince, not the king.
Oh, the one that knighted him. Yeah, he ended up becoming the followers
That was
of
the prince.
Kevin Bacon. I loved him. He was great in that.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it, but
Look, he doesn't have his nose pictures because he got all beat up by a girl.
Oh,
this is where she says
okay.
the poem.
In regular speed, when you watch the whole movie, this is where I got verklempt. I love this part. 10 things. It's actually more than 10, but
It works out to like 13.
Which,
13
again,
things I hate
also
about
talked
you.
about in another teen movie. They did this scene.
Well, of course, because this scene is iconic.
Yeah. And again, I hadn't seen this till today, so I could see how this scene is iconic looking back. Going back to Heath Ledger, it still to this day, whenever I hear a celebrity's death, I take it with a grain of salt. I'm like, oh, that's too bad. They had some good work. But with him, like, after watching The Joker, which is, like, my favorite comic book character, and his iteration, which, albeit in my opinion, was not comically accurate, but was still a great character, I'm like, okay. And then I found out what happened with him. Actually, I found out before, but either way. And then I read that he was the same age as me. It hit hard.
yeah. Yeah, there's. It's odd how some actors, and I'm sure it's individual. You know, Robin Williams hit so many people hard. Heath Ledger
He
kind of
hit
hit me hard. Monteith.
Corey Monteith?
Corey Monteith.
Yeah, from
That
Glee.
kind of struck
Yeah.
me in a weird way. I mean, I like Glee, but something about his character really struck me, and
I don't know. When I found out about Robin Williams and people were telling me about it, I just kept telling them all that they were lying. I mean, it's Robin Williams. No, he's not.
I
dying.
mean,
he's not dead.
Take
right?
apart the behind-the-scenes stuff, because I'm not even going to talk about it, but Michael Jackson hit me hard.
That one did. Yes.
I couldn't care less on that one. I mean,
I'm a
nobody
huge fan.
wanted to see anybody die, but
I'm
I
a
was-
huge fan, so...
I was never a big fan
I
of his
was.
stuff.
And of course, the band is playing on top of the school.
Just like Empire Records when they're playing on the
Right?
the 90s.
Ross Ranger, unit production manager. You know, Ross Ranger's got a reputation in Hollywood. I have no idea who Ross Ranger is. It's like
Boy,
all
that
these
was
things.
good.
Ross Ranger's mom is super excited.
How excited is
He
she?
was like the first name.
I love how laughing loser, crying loser,
I-
screaming loser, detention student,
Kissing guy,
buckaroo bartender,
perky
girl.
girl.
safe air singers.
Letters
Stunt
to Cradle
coordinator.
Singers, yeah.
We're at the end of the movie, but before we get into any of the weird stuff, the final thoughts and all that stuff, I want to do one more. Okay. I had a whole bunch of them set aside here just in case, but rom-com... Oh, I got two of them. Oh, I did it twice. Oh, I just copied it down twice. Okay, so I'll give you a choice. We can either do... I've seen this
We're
one.
only 57 minutes in, so we can probably get a couple in.
Okay. Then, fine. I wrote one down at my meeting the other day. So it's like, okay, you can either do top 5 attractive actors,
Ryan Reynolds.
or top 5 rom-com women.
Meg Ryan.
Julia Stiles.
Okay, so we're gonna do
One at a time.
Okay, top five rom-com women to parallel the top
Meg
5
Ryan.
rom-com men. So remember, okay,
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan is number 3.
All right.
Okay, so Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles is not on here.
Oh.
How many has she done that's rom-coms?
That I don't know.
Yeah, because her other movie, romantic,
So I think
was Save the
we
Last
gotta.
Dance.
The mental note comedy has to be so.
I'm working on it.
Kate Hudson.
Number 9.
What about Julia Roberts?
Number 1.
Nice.
Number 1 is Julia Roberts.
That's fair. Anne Hathaway.
No.
Really?
That surprises me.
Yeah.
What's her fiddle pick? Oh, she was in Four Christmases.
Reese Witherspoon?
Yes.
Number 7. You get the back 5.
Huh.
No,
what she
I got
said.
number 1.
Well, yes. You
Jennifer Lopez.
got 1 and 3. Jennifer Lopez is number 6.
Even though, again, she did more rom dramas than she did rom comedies, but whatever.
Yeah, but
on-
she did like the Wedding Planner. She's done.
Which I-
Yeah, she did a fair bit of the rom coms.
In all fairness, Lisa watched all her movies. I never did.
But they're all these people, Roberts and Ryan, very known for one specific movie, even though they've done more. Well, Ryan has done 3 iconic rom-coms between Harry Met Sally and the two male. You've got male and you've got whatever.
Yeah.
So who else? It's usually one movie sparked a bunch of smaller ones.
Goldie Hawn?
No,
That'd
but
be
her
funny.
daughter's on it.
Yeah,
so
that'd be funny if she was too.
Yeah. I don't know if she had quite the acting chops her daughter does. She's done some great movies.
Who, Goldie Hawn?
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn never took herself seriously.
I think that was part of...
This is a lot harder than anybody.
Well,
thinks.
you've got the all back four of the back 9. It will say
And
what's
I
it?
got number 1.
And you got number 1 and 3. And
better on this list than we did males.
Yeah.
well, you're doing better on this one. So one is actually known more for TV. Oddly enough, I don't know how she made it into the top rom-com females. She's super famous in TV.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, Jennifer Aniston.
That makes sense.
She's done some good stuff, but I mean, like, it's, Meet the Millers.
Freaking love that movie.
It was a great movie.
Is Katherine Heigl on there?
Yeah, she is to finish off the back 5. She's number 8.
Yeah, good call.
Okay, so you.
Not 1 that we got to figure out.
So we got 1, 2, and 3 actually.
Number 1
2
was
and
Julia
3.
Roberts.
Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston was number 2, Meg Ryan's number 3. So 4 and 5.
And that's it?
You got 2 more.
So 4 and 5, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's it. And now I never felt this one to be particularly gorgeous or stereotypically pretty. She's much more the girl next door type at best.
Penelope Cruz.
Child star. She started as a child star.
Drew Barrymore?
Yes, Drew Barrymore is number 4. And the last one was one of my biggest crushes from back then.
That doesn't help us, Mike.
Nope, it doesn't.
Jaja
Not one
Gabor,
bit.
because you're old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was current somewhere. I'd say
Is
the
Molly
mid
Ringwald
'90s
on there?
to today. What?
It's like, I'm surprised Molly Ringwald's not on there.
Yeah.
That is true.
She is almost only recently has she slipped. She hasn't done anything recently. Oh no, she actually has. She actually has done a rom-com with Brad Pitt made a cameo in it.
Sandra Bullock?
Yes, Sandra Bullock is number 5.
Bullet Train?
Oh yeah, right. She
I
was in
didn't
that
even
one
think
too.
of Proposal, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Forbidden City or whatever.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He
Daniel Radcliffe is the villain.
Daniel Radcliffe was the villain, and
That was a fun movie.
what's his name? Was the goofy guy. He always plays the goofy guy, or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Channing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's your. Yeah, I did top rom-coms, which were slightly different, but they're all kind of easily there. Sidekicks, top 5 sidekicks in rom-coms.
Channing Tatum.
I think that would take too long.
That one would be hard to figure out.
The sidekicks, was it? Yeah. There was,
What was the one with the dudes you were talking about? Like gorgeous dudes or whatever?
Yeah. I'm gonna get there. Come on. Pages are sticking together.
My bad.
It's like it's a Playboy or something. Top 5 attractive actors.
Ryan Reynolds.
This is not number 3.
Fuck that.
Number 3. You got to get more modern, more inclusive, more everything. So Reynolds is number 3.
How are we not being inclusive with Reynolds?
Well, I'm just
is.
leading you down the road.
What is it, Elliot Page?
No.
You said inclusive, so...
Yeah, and it would be What's that?
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans is number 4.
Chris Hemsworth?
Number 3. I mean, we're also looking at modern superhero type.
Is
era,
it?
so.
It's not Tom
Alright.
Holland, is it?
What's that?
Is Tom Holland in there?
No, thank
Good.
God.
Because I don't think
Paul
so
Rudd.
either.
Nope.
Really? Paul Rudd's a cutie.
He is.
He certainly is cute, but is he the most attractive?
No, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay, if we're going superhero, I can name them all. Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, he's goofy looking to me, but
Cavill.
Cavill's number 5.
and I don't think you'll ever get the first one because and not that I think you're racist. So just say it.
So it's
Idris
black
Elba?
guy.
No, but I find him more attractive than the number one.
Idris Elba's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Did he die?
No.
Okay. Yes, I had to ask that question.
Highly significant these days. He's been doing so much. He has been in superhero movies. I will not say that he's super prominent.
It's obviously not Sam Jack, right?
No.
Was
yeah.
he a villain in one of them?
Yes.
He was a villain in,
I feel like you're gonna get it.
I might have to Google it, but,
He is involved in a lot of franchises right now. He's rumored to be in more franchises that are huge, impactful franchises.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yes, number 1. Warmonger. This Creed is taking off. He's on Creed 3 now. Or no.
Fantastic Four!
Fantastic Four. So double Marvel there.
yeah, he was in, fucking the cat one. Black Panther.
Black Panther,
He was the
yeah.
villain
Oh,
in
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Panther.
Yeah, and he's still rumored. Apparently, his Black Superman is still active.
Yeah, apparently, it sounds like Elseworlds picking it up.
Yeah, no, I'm totally cool with that.
Although I really hope they just make him like Steel or whatever the hell his name was.
I'd be fine if he becomes Calvin or one of the known whatever. I'd rather not change the character to the Clark Kent.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like there is a Black Superman. Make him that.
Calvin something from Earth 1, and
Something.
there's like 3 or 4 of them. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. Well,
that
even
they're
in
comically
the
accurate.
Resurrection of Superman, those 5 Supermen,
Yeah.
there was a black one. In one of those, so.
John Henry,
Yeah.
who played Steel. Yeah, which I would love to see a real good interpretation of that, not the one that had.
In the Tomorrowverse.
No. There was a version with the Shaq.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the same.
Shazam?
No. He played Steel.
But was he supposed to play that Steel though?
It was based on that because he created a metal outfit with a hammer, and it was before there was any connective universe type
okay.
stuff.
I do remember.
Well, that list was actually fairly easy, Mike.
Okay. Is that
Minus that one.
Okay,
Like
okay.
the last one.
Okay, well, sidekicks are out because you guys can't handle that. You made that clear.
Too romancing.
But I tried. My wife was saying, "Well, you can't get negative," and I thought about what are the worst. There's too many bad things out there. What did I get? Well, I don't even know what the list of that one is. This is the couples most romantic places on Earth and top 10 reasons why we fall in love. So I'll go with 5. Top 5 on both. Top 5 most romantic places on Earth, or top 5 reasons why we fall in love. Paris. Okay, top most romantic places on Earth. Paris is not on the list.
Really?
Isn't Paris the city of love?
Right, yes.
Yeah, but apparently they smoke a lot in France.
I
It's
mean-
dirty. I heard that Paris is dirty and gross.
Well, it's true. The canals that they're always talking about are supposed to be
Is
like
Italy on there?
Venice. Venice.
Venice, Italy?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because that fountain, right?
Number
They got
2.
that
Number
Greece.
2.
romantic fountain.
Greece. I believe Greece
Will be Athens
is
if we're
not
talking
on the
cities.
list.
So.
There's some odd ones on here, and then there's odd ones on here that, that makes sense.
Vancouver.
No. But I'll give you a hint. There are 2 Canadian cities on this list.
Toronto?
Nope.
Good.
God.
Montreal.
Yes, Montreal, Canada
Montreal's
is number
pretty-
1. The most romantic place on Earth by timeout.com.
Okay.
Voted on by the... So, 1 and 2, Montreal, Canada. Number 2 is Venice, Italy.
Okay.
I got both those.
I said Italy, you said Venice.
Thus making me better.
Which makes us both right, so shut up.
You get half points.
I get half, okay. But he said there was 2 Canadian ones.
Yeah.
Saskatoon.
That would be hilarious if it was on that. But
There's
no.
one Albertan.
What's that?
There's one Albertan.
No.
No.
There's only one American, and it's shared with another country.
New York.
No.
Shared with another country?
Yeah.
Mexico.
Tijuana?
No. No. How many countries share a place
None?
with another country?
Are you talking about like how Alaska is?
No. It is one city that is in both countries,
Springfield.
Ah,
and I believe there's a couple of them.
I've never heard this in my life.
You will understand this. You will get it when you hear it. It's known for a specific
Niagara Falls.
Bingo! There it is. Niagara Falls is on both sides, and the city itself is right split in the middle.
Yeah. I've been there once, but it was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And that's number 7.
Oh, jeez. All that for number 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Extreme hot, extreme cold. There's some really hot places, really cold places.
Hawaii.
No.
Vegas, romance capital of the world.
I don't think romantic is Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
There's odd ones. I don't even know where this one place is.
Rio de Janeiro.
Nope. One is I don't know.
Jamaica.
No, I don't even know how to give hints for some of these, like gambling.
Reno?
That's not in Vegas and Reno. Is regarding no American
Moscow?
places.
Monte Carlo.
You're close.
Montego Bay?
You're. I'm sure Monte Carlo is right next
Monte
to this
Cristo.
one. Unless it's inside this. You're in that area. It's hot. Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah.
The planet from Star Wars?
You know. So Montreal's 1, Venice, Italy 2, Morocco's 3.
Niagara Falls was 7.
Yeah.
Number 4. I don't know what is romantic about areas of the world. You know, I'm trying to think about that too, like Morocco. Yeah, I guess the hotels and that. Another one that's not on the list that I was thinking about. Abu Dhabi,
Jerusalem.
No. It's very huge. All the billionaires live there. It's got the tallest tower in the world. Dubai.
Yeah.
It's like it's not on the list, but these are places that are so.
Actually, I was trying to think of that one too. Yeah, because the big, tall.
Is Australia on there?
Nope.
Is there any India on there?
India or
Like-
Africa?
India.
India? Nope. Because
Okay,
I would have
I
thought.
Taj Mahal.
I was thinking that too
Yeah.
when I
Is Africa
think
on
of this out. Yeah. Unless this one I don't even know. It's Herzegovina.
Oh yeah, you know.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. You're just.
I was being facetious.
That was number 8, right behind Niagara Falls.
Of course, because nobody's heard of it.
Well, I mean,
And yet it made number 8.
yeah, no, I mean, actually, one is where Knight's Tale was filmed.
England.
Nope. None of the extras could speak English, so that's why they did a lot of music. That was one of the reasons
Scotland.
No.
They speak English, you just don't understand.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can't count the Gaelic.
It's deserty, hot, and shit. And
Egypt?
no. I guess maybe it's not always desertly hot. No, I guess it was in the movie, but they're known for their hostels. Don't stay at their hostels.
They're known for the
Don't go to any hostels here.
Okay, well, that
Germany?
was in, like Germany, Russia, Moscow,
Budapest, Hungary.
Hungary.
This is leading towards a horror movie.
Yeah, Hostel. They was
Romania?
Where was Hostel taking place?
Oh.
Hostel was... Which one?
I'm going to say the first one.
Okay.
Did they switch locations?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, so
Those were Russian kids. Those were totally Russian kids.
So was it Romania?
Prague?
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
I was hinting you right then.
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's why the Russian kids.
Prague is number 5. I don't know why. So
You should have just said the Romanovs.
I don't know who's the Romanovs.
Anastasia Romanov.
Oh, the Russian. Okay. There's only okay. Well, the U.S. had wars with both of these, number 4 and number 9, against them.
Germany?
No.
China?
No. U.S. has never had a war with China.
Abu Dhabi.
Who did U.S. fight in any
Vietnam.
kind of war? What?
Vietnam.
Yes. Hanoi, Vietnam.
All right.
I'm just loving the looks Corey
Is,
giving me.
and I'll remind you, this is the most romantic place on earth.
Where the trees speak to you.
Yeah, I guess. And what else? Another country that U.S. has had a war with?
Iraq.
Nope. No, they were part of a whole group of people that U.S. was fighting.
Russians?
No, they were on the same side as U.S.
They were
The Russians?
Yeah.
the Russian.
The Russians were allies.
Oh, they were.
In World War II?
So-
Absolutely they were. What's that?
Germany?
No.
Anyway,
You're on the right track.
Japan?
Yes, Japan.
Tokyo?
Kyoto.
Kyoto.
Japan. And
the Accords?
the last one, I don't think you'll ever get it, but when when I say it, you'll think about
Oh,
it.
yeah, the Russians were on our side.
They supplied
how the war
manpower,
ended.
and that's about it. Yeah.
They supplied the giant
Manpower.
frozen barren desert that froze the Germans.
Yeah. Which is how they won a lot of wars. Didn't they
Yeah,
defeat...
that's how Napoleon was
Napoleon
defeated.
got beat,
That's
too.
how... Was it Alexander as well?
I know
not too
that's
sure.
how Alexander the Great was defeated.
And then, of course... Yeah, okay.
And the last, most romantic place, where would you go that'll force you to cuddle?
North Pole?
But romantic.
Well, we did say Alaska.
But you'd be wrong. Because
Greenland?
U.S. is off the list. We're done with the U.S.
Greenland?
That is so close, but not it.
It's not Iceland, is
Yes,
it?
it is
Iceland's
Iceland.
not cold, though. Greenland is cold. Iceland's not cold.
No. Greenland is colder than Iceland, but Iceland is our or
Yeah, but when
northern.
Greenland is covered in ice, Iceland is green. So...
Well, yeah, but Iceland is known
Based
for the
on
ice
hemisphere, so...
Iceland is known for the ice hotels and their and stuff like that. And you go there, so. And
Just think Mighty Ducks.
okay.
All right, we should wind this up here.
Yeah.
Suck at this game.
Fuck romantic comedies.
Right? Top 10 horror movies might go.
Oh, top 10?
Yeah.
Top 10 according to who?
You.
You.
So we can judge you.
Okay, so top 10 horror movies. I'm only going to put...
Top
I'll do
five,
top
Mickey.
5. Excuse me,
Top
top
five, top 5.
I'll only put Friday the 13th Part 3 in because that's one of the first ones that hit me.
It's also the first one he got the mask.
Yeah. Saw 1.
Well, one's a classic.
It's to me it is.
But it's a classic.
I can't not put Freddy Krueger on there. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Can he put them in order, though?
No, I can't.
I've played that game many times with people.
Horror. Man. The Thing. I love The Thing, and apparently that's a horror.
I just found it on a marketplace on Blu-ray. I got it for $5.
I always define it as something else, but okay, no, that's fine. And I'm gonna say that these are 5 of my favorite because I'll remember 1,000 more when we leave the place. But I'm just trying to shuffle by there. I want to say American Psycho, but
American Psycho?
Yeah.
One of the best movies
it's a
ever.
great movie. I don't. It was horrific. I don't know if I categorize it as a horror.
No, I think I would.
Yeah, so
It's a psychological thriller.
It's
Yeah.
actually in my top 3 favorite movies of all time. Like, total movies of all time.
I still have to bring you Strangeland to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, you were saying that.
yeah. So I mean, it was like I was watching a YouTube thing the other day. Kurt Russell on his iconic roles and stuff, and just talking about when he did The Thing and Big Trouble in Little China. Both of them, they were he never felt it was right to make money off of these characters within its own world. Like it's just like as soon as I have to create something outside of this, it's going to diminish that character, which shocks me because he did Escape from L.A. But that was probably why he formed that opinion. Fuck, I ain't
He
doing
did
that
Carpenter
shit.
twice, right?
Well, he's done Carpenter 4 or 5 times.
Well,
But yeah,
because the other one was
yeah.
Escape from LA, Escape from New York,
Yeah.
and then The Thing.
And I'm sure he's collabed with him a couple other.
No, guaranteed.
Big Trouble in Little China is also Carpenter.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I know. It was a shock when I found that out, and I found that out at a Comic-Con. We wanted to see. I can't remember who we went to see, and we went to the wrong one, and it ended up being John Carpenter. So, okay,
All right.
there's a pleasant mistake that happened. So,
Yeah.
and he's a big gamer. He loves video games. That's what he
really?
does. You know,
He looks like a nerd.
yeah.
A creepy hermit of a nerd.
And then on that same video, he was doing Tombstone, and then he ran into Kevin Costner, who was doing Wyatt Earp.
Yep.
Same character, different movie, and Kurt Russell said, "Oh, this is kind of cool. We're both doing. Why don't you come on my movie and I'll kill you, and then I'll come on yours and you can kill me." And then fucking Costner, I guess, was a bit of a dick. He said, "Fuck, I'll be killing you at the box office. I'll be doing Wyatt Earp will be." It's just like,
Tombstone did by far.
oh yeah, it was by far more successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. I've never seen the Costner Wyatt Earp.
I didn't watch that one until. God, I was working for Roger.
Also, another note on Tombstone, because we also watched this. We did a lot of movies on the weekend. One thing I want to say, that the worst part about Val Kilmer is that he took away from all the brilliant performances in that movie. And it was like, he got such a light, but I mean, you look at Michael Biehn, you look at all these other characters that just did a phenomenal job.
He did, but he played Doc so
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, you know,
he is my favorite Doc.
there's a list for our future. Single characters that we can never forget from an actor, like Doc, like Joker. We can go down a list and
Yeah,
think
that
about
could be fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we should wind up. Do we have final thoughts on 10 things I hate about you?
10 things I hate about you. I hate the fact that you drink so much, but you don't really get drunk. I hate... you! Oh, the movie!
Right?
Sorry, okay.
I hate the way you make me like your hair.
I can't remember who brought it up first, but it was Laura and I. This is one of those movies that we really connected on. We both really loved this movie.
And, you know, for being such a horror fan, to turn around and say, you know, I love this one, and it's a rom-com. I've never had 3 guys stop and look at me so funny in my life. That was awesome.
I love this movie, and I gotta say, it comes down to the character relationships that these brilliantly talented people created. I mean, the story is kind of basic as to the Taming of the Shrew, but there's these dynamic characters that I connected with, that I felt were real, that I felt were legitimate. And
Dynamic's a stretch, in my opinion.
What's that?
Dynamic is a stretch. They're closer to two-dimensional than they are dynamic, in my opinion.
See, and I found their chemistry just to be perfect, so the characters...
Well,
the characters were there. Partially, what I probably think more for you, Corey, is it's a very stereotypical 90s teens movie.
Well, and that's it. They're stereotypical 90s characters, thus making them two-dimensional, in my opinion.
Though I did find the sibling rivalry
Yes.
was
I
very
spot
on.
I like that, actually. Like I said, they were my second favorite relationship in that movie, so...
Okay, I'll pull back off of dynamic just out of the sake of defining dynamic. But I think that there was relationships that were really deeply profound within it. Some relationships, like the sisters' relationship was great. Heath and Julia's was great. I thought the little sister also had a good one with. I know you disagreed, but with Lovett, I think there was an element there, and then on a shallower level, maybe a two-dimensional level, everybody got their bit, their little bit to shine in there.
Another one for you for the sleazy guy? I'll be home for Christmas.
Are you talking about Keenan?
Yes, it just popped in there. I'll be home for Christmas.
I can't think of that movie. I know of it, I just don't think I ever watched it.
So, I love this movie.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway.
Goofy, it was silly, it was emotional, it had all the stuff without breaking my element. Do I rate it now, or am I supposed to rate it now?
Yeah,
rate it now.
rate
Can we rate it now?
Yes.
Okay, so I like it. I like it enough to give it a 8.5, 8.5 out of 10. Well done.
That's a solid rating.
God, I want to give it a solid. I'm trying to think what missed in it. If I were to be critical, did the humor take me out of it at any point? There's only a few points, so for me, I think it intended to be what it was. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
See, and for me, I'm going to give it a 4.5, and that's only based on the fact that it was very
Out of 5, right?
Yes. 5. Shut up. Shut up, Corey. And 4.5 out of 5, just because it's very stereotypical for a 90s teen movie. All of them were the same. This one just felt closer to home in some ways, I guess. So, yeah.
Honestly, I'm with Mike. I'd say 8.5 is a nice number, actually. Again, what Laura said, what I was alluding to, yes, it's stereotypical at times, but it was during the time when stereotypical movies were the thing to make. So, like, late 90s were all stereotypical rom-coms.
It was all about money. Question, was it cliche?
Not quite.
No.
It pushed that...
I think that's one of the things I liked about it. It might have been stereotypical, but it wasn't cliche.
No, it tiptoed the line, but it never crossed it.
Yeah.
See, whereas, because right after this one, like Julia Stiles went and she went and did Save the Last Dance.
Yeah.
That one was very cliche.
Oh, was it?
Very cliche.
Never watched it.
White girl going to a school that's primarily black students. She's feeling left out, ends up dating a black guy, and they hate her for it. It's very cliche, very stereotypical for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. What's going on, Mike?
Same shit. Same shit's going on every week.
Trying to take over the world.
yeah.
What are you doing tonight?
Trying to play Infinite Imagination. We need to go on a person's drive and find people that want to do all the stuff that's not on stage, as well as people that want to be on stage. So
I would volunteer, but I have way too much going on in my life.
Well, it's I got that, and I want to have some fun with that. We got Shakespeare. Hopefully, we're still working on Rocky Horror Show and all these other things.
I'm moral support behind the scenes.
And Corey's one of our new board members. He's the treasurer. So
You were nude.
he could do it nude as long as he doesn't do it live. So
Corey, no filming here.
yeah, so he's our new treasurer. So I don't know. There's probably something going on all the time in my life, but right now this podcast is kind of my shiny spot. It's my happy place at the moment.
And we're happy to have you.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
you're lying to me.
Right.
I don't lie to people's faces. I lie behind their backs.
That's right. That's right.
Vertically or horizontal.
Sorry, Mike.
Again, do I need to step out and give you guys a moment?
Lisa might kill us. No.
Well, okay.
Or-
I missed you, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah, we
I was
missed it, Jeff.
prepared.
Damn it, Jeff. No, and like I said, Mike, I get where you're coming from. The podcast is literally my highlight right now. Between work, scouts, we're down a vehicle, so I'm like everybody's personal fucking taxi driver too. I don't have a life anymore. I just don't have a life. Right side, anybody listening in Camrose March 2nd, the scouting group, 6 Camrose, is having a bottle drive. So if you've got bottles, drop them off at the Rotary Youth Center.
Cool. I got nothing. Just work. Go to my occasional karaoke night because I'm a loser that way. And
Wednesday night, he's always there.
and Saturdays if I can, but I've been working late lately, so I haven't been missing it.
You
So.
have more of a life than I do.
Saturdays I only go because Steven loves to go.
You still
But-
have more of a life
yeah.
than I do.
That's scary. But yeah, otherwise, hit us up. The usual social media, although I did slack on last week's posting. I made this thing for it and everything, like the graphic.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that on
But-
Canva.
Did you actually ever get it posted?
No!
So we're having
So
two for
take a
this
look
week?
on Facebook for both last week
Well,
and this week.
spoiler alert, if you want to be notified when a new podcast comes out, follow us on Spotify.
Right? Go for
And I
it.
think that's how we get, because we get 3 listens within the first 3 days. And I think that's from people who get the notifications. But unfortunately, even though it says we have like 18 followers, I think some there are just to fill seats and not actually listen. So,
No.
yeah. Anyway, all right. Hope everybody has a good night. Enjoy your week, and we will see you next week.
Wait, what are we doing next week?
Are we doing mine or yours?
What is yours?
Wedding singer.
It doesn't matter to me. Let's do, yeah, we mentioned it. We'll keep mine a secret.
Okay,
Here we go. The wedding singer.
All right.
Sorry, we'll say the wedding singer. Good night.
Night. Nope.
Is that it?